Various people's organizations will file a complaint with the International People's Tribunal against human rights violations in the country. Grace Casin tells us why.
It has been 9 years already since Edita Burgos' son Jonas went missing. The Supreme Court has approved the findings of the Court of Appeals, and according to it, the case of Jonas is indeed an enforced disappearance, but up to now, no one has been convicted yet. For Mrs. Burgos, his son could have used the wasted years serving his country.
Because of his disappearance, this society is less one good man. And I'm only talking about one person. And what about the other leaders who've been abducted and have been the potential leaders today?
Jonas is one of the victims of human rights violation in the Philippines. The human rights organization said they will file complaints with the International People's Tribunal regarding the continuous rise in numbers of human rights violations in the country. The Fourth International People's Tribunal will be held in Washington, D.C. on July 16 and 18, 2015. This will be led by International Coalition for Human Rights in the Philippines, International Association of Democratic Lawyers, National Lawyers Guild of US, and Ibon International. The effort aims to bring to light grievances against the government and its officials for failing to respond to the growing number of violations against human rights and cultivating impunity in the Philippines.
Itong mga klaseng international tribunals na to, while it may not be traditionally the legal fora of the existing or dominant legal systems, ang value niya kasi moral and political.
The Philippine Human Rights Organization said this is a way to encourage the government, the United Nations, and the foreign organizations to do their job of protecting human rights. The human rights groups will file the evidences with regards to the alleged human rights violations of President Benigno Aquino III and his administration, such as extrajudicial killings, disappearances, torture, detentions, and many others.
May body of evidence po na isusumite sa tribunal na ito. And these are documented cases backed up by several testimonies of victims and relatives of victims of human rights violations under the current administration.
They also said these evidences and complaints can be used as basis of criminal and civil cases that will be filed against President Aquino at the proper trial court in the future. Grace Casin reporting for Y News.